We covered a concretion, and this is something where materials on the seafloor kind of fuse together over time and create almost a rock around some artifacts. Upon closer inspection, you could see little black hearts sticking out of it. So we were able to bring it through conservation more fully and discovered inside that there were all of these little glass hearts were strung together front to back and back to front, little spacer beads. The necklace just started to unwind from the concretion.
So it was exciting to be there with Alex Klingelhofer, the conservator of record, when she started working on this concretion and unwinding it piece by piece. Seeing the piece come out was remarkable and a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm very fortunate and privileged that I was able to be there, and we're so excited to have Alex be a part of the conservation efforts here.
Because this was in a concretion, that's a very careful mechanical process of manually removing the concretion from around the piece. So tracing that very delicate thread through the concretion, tracing where each of those beads leads to the next bead until it doesn't, and then picking up again where the next bead might be. So it's a very careful, tedious, but rewarding process, because in the end you're left with something beautiful.
That must be very exciting to discover something that has been kind of encased and kept away in time.
To find a new detail in an artifact is always exciting, especially something as precious and delicate as this necklace.
There's so much that we can learn from this artifact with its conservation and now first time ever being displayed to the public. There's so much more research to be done to discover more about this story.
We need to do a lot of research, which I'm looking forward to working with you on to figure out if there's any clues that we can find that might be able to help us determine who this would have belonged to.
It's a very popular style of necklace. This is black glass, and at the time, black jewelry was very, very popular because it was associated with mourning. And so the Edwardian tradition also stemmed from the Victorian tradition of expressing your grief of a lost loved one. So with the Edwardians, you could be in mourning for up to 2 years, which means that you could be wearing black clothing, jewelry, accessories, items to signal to other people that you had experienced a loss. And so this necklace gives us a little glimpse into that culture and tradition.
It's a very personal item to have with you. Something that someone would have worn, that a passenger would have probably held dear or had, in their possession. So just being able to look at it and know that this was something associated with another person on Titanic really draws people in and really connects people to the story a little bit deeper.
Yeah, because depending on what class ticket you purchased, it could indicate some different things about your life and what was going on. And so this could be one of those items that someone had brought with their entire collection because it had that sentimental value to them or that personal connectivity. So us being able to then take that, conserve it, and display it means that we're able to carry on that story regardless of if we know that person's name.
Yeah.
We can still showcase that history for them.
Absolutely. It's that learning and that wanting to be a part of the Titanic story, I think, that draws people in, because there are so many mysteries like this with Titanic where we don't have all the answers, and we will never have all the answers. But something about that research and putting together the clues and the puzzle really does seem to draw people in. So this is another way that people can be a part of the Titanic story as well.